is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are a delivery driver from Phoenix, Arizona, Michael Parisi, a bar manager from Downers Grove, Illinois, Ryan Jansky, an actor and voiceover artist from Yokohama, Japan, Brendan Stallings, a playwright from Toronto, Ontario, Bradley Hayward, an electrician from Joliet, Illinois, Phil Darren, and our returning champion, an electrical engineer from Munster, Indiana, Mike Lerner, whose one-day cash winnings total $22,399. And here is the host of Jeopardy, Eric Reithel.
All right, thank you very much, Steve, for that awesome introduction. For those of you that were here Monday, Brian Chick won our last game when we didn't have a defending champion. Keeping with a theme that we've had since my surgery, whoever's won a game has not been able to return for the next. Having said that, this is the first time one of those champions has been able to, so Mike Lerner, welcome back to defend your title. As for the other five of you, Bradley, Brendan, Phil, Ryan, and Michael Parisi, welcome to the game. Let's go ahead and jump right into the Jeopardy round. We've got dollar values between 200 and 1,000. Mike, you're going to get your first pick of these categories. We have Monogram Mania, Cooking Terms, History, TV Killers, Know the Nose, and finally, A Little Entitled. All right, Mike, where do you want to start?
Let's start with TV Killers for 200.
Terry Bauer does not live to see another day on this TV show, killed by her hubby's duplicitous coworker. Phil.
What is 24?
Yes.
Let's carry on. TV Killers for 400.
An early episode of this killer cable show was Shrink Wrap. Near the finale came Goodbye Miami. Michael Parisi.
What is Dexter?
Yes.
Same category, 600.
On The Office, he killed Sprinkles, the cat of his sometimes love interest, Angela. Ryan.
Who is Dwight Schrute?
Correct.
800 Killers.
As serial killer Billy Flynn, Tim Curry confronted Shamar Moore on this CBS show. No one? And that would be Criminal Minds. Ryan, back to you.
Finish up the category.
On The Last Man on Earth, January Jones got revenge of a sort, gunning down this actor in a cameo. Mike Lerner.
Who is Jack Black?
No. Anyone else?
Why can't I think of his name?
No one?
It's Mad Men.
Yeah, John Hamm.
John Hamm, that's it.
All right, Ryan, still your board.
History for 2.
I believe we're all in accord that the League of Nations Assembly met for the first time in 1920 in this Swiss city. Ryan.
What is Geneva?
Correct.
History for 4.
This document said that the king was subject to the rule of law, was reissued with some changes in 1216, 17, and 25. Brendan.
What is the Magna Carta?
Correct.
History for 600.
You found the round, Daily Devil.
It scared me.
You only have 400, but you can risk up to 1,000 here in round 1. How much do you want to go for?
Let's go for 400.
All right. True Daily Devil, here's the clue just for you. In 1984, this Minnesotan got the fewest electoral votes, 13, of any Democrat since 1872. Anything?
It's not coming to me.
That's Walter Mondale.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Foster Reagan.
2 years before me.
Matt, I think Minnesota was the only state he carried. All right, Brendan, you're board.
Let's just keep going. History for 800.
This Siberian mystic didn't make it to New Year's 1917, getting poisoned, shot twice, tied up and drowned all in one rough December night. Phil.
Who is Rasputin?
Correct.
Let's do finished category, history for 1,000.
On March 13th, 1954, 50,000 Viet Minh attacked 10,000 French troops at a base in this village. Phil.
What is Dien Bien Phu?
Nice job.
All right, let's do know the nose for 200.
An epistaxis is one of these, maybe after a punch. Mike Lerner.
What is a broken nose?
No. Anyone else? Michael Parisi.
What is a bruise?
No. Anyone else? Brendan.
What is a bloody nose?
Nosebleed, yes.
Know the nose for 400.
The columella, or tip of your nose, is the lower front portion of this nasal divider. Michael Lerner.
What is the septum?
Correct.
Know the nose for 600.
Take a look here, players. Inhalations come through the nostrils and trigger odor signals that are relayed to the brain by these cranial nerves. Brendan.
What are the olfactory nerves?
Correct.
Didn't realize I knew so much about noses. Nose for 800.
A nose job is the common name for this 11-letter medical procedure. Ryan.
What is rhinoplasty?
Yes.
Know the nose 1,000.
It's that weird divot just below the nose and above the upper lip. Somebody? And that would be your philtrum. All right. Ryan, it'll be your board in just a second as soon as we come back from our first break in just a few minutes. When we last left off, Ryan, it was your board. Where do you want to go to next?
All right, cooking terms 200.
In this colorful technique, meat is rubbed with Cajun spices and cooked at high heat until charred, giving it a crispy crust. Ryan.
What is blackened?
Yes.
Cooking terms 400.
This term refers to making sugar brown by heating in a skillet over low heat until melted and golden. Michael Parisi.
What is caramelization?
Caramelizing, yes.
600. Cooking terms.
This thin cotton cloth is used to strain liquids and bundle up herbs and spices that can be dropped into soup stock. Phil.
Is cheesecloth?
Correct.
Let's carry on. Cooking terms for 800.
Take a look. As seen here, this term for vegetables cut into long, thin strips to accompany a salad comes from a French first name. Michael Parisi.
What is julienne?
Correct.
Finish it off, 1,000.
To do this to herring or salmon, you must split, salt, and smoke it. Mike Lerner.
What is smelt?
No. Anyone else? Nobody? And that is to kipper it. Michael Parisi, back to you.
I'll go monogram mania for 200.
Evolutionary War Starter, CD. Ryan.
Who is Charles Dickinson?
No. Anyone else?
Oh,
Phil.
Who is Charles Darwin?
Charles Darwin, yes.
Let's do Monogram Mania for 400.
Lawyer and Evolutionary War Defender, CD. Phil.
Who's Clarence Darrow?
Correct.
Monogram Mania for 600.
A famous playwright, GBS. Bradley.
Was George Bernard Shaw.
Correct.
Little Entitled, 200.
It's said of some people, born on third base and thinks he hit this. Ryan.
What is a home run?
No. Anyone else? Mike Lerner.
What is a triple?
Triple, yes.
Monogram Mania for 800, please.
Women's rights activist, SBA. Michael Parisi.
Who is Susan B. Anthony?
Correct.
Finish it off, 1,000.
Retired from the Supreme Court in 1932 at age 90. O.W.H. Jr. Phil.
Who is Oliver Wendell Holmes?
Correct.
Let's do a little entitled for 400.
Oliver Goldsmith once noted that a certain man was born with one of these in his mouth, another with a wooden ladle. Michael Parisi.
What is a silver spoon?
Correct.
600.
The 70s were called this two-letter decade. Phil.
What is me?
The me decade, yes.
Little entitled for 800.
In 1989, a syndrome named for this type of coddled child was identified as involving self-centered and immature behavior. Phil.
What is only child?
No? Anyone else? No? Michael Parisi.
Oh.
You got it.
What is the youngest child?
No. Anyone else? Phil, you were close. It's the spoiled child syndrome. And now the last plea for 1,000. Describing the idle wealthy in 1899, Thorsten Veblen wrote of this class, now a common phrase. And that is the leisure class. All right, end of round one. Phil has a lead at 4,000. Mike, last place at negative 1,600, but that just means you pick first in Double Jeopardy right after this. All right, Double Jeopardy time. Mike Lerner, you will get your first pick of the categories here in round two. And here they are. We've got 30s rock, Catholic geography. On this Canada Day, we celebrate the Canadian Prime Minister who, prefixes, creatures in mythology, and finally, a little in title. The word little will appear somewhere in each correct response. Mike, where do we start?
Go Catholic geography for 400, please.
All right, take a look, players. A structure called the Vatican obelisk towers over this square. Michael Parisi.
What is St. Peter's Square?
Correct.
Prefixes for 1,200.
A homophone of a letter. It comes before bolden and empowerment. Michael Parisi.
What is N?
No. Anyone else? Mike Lerner.
What is M?
M, correct, yes.
30s rock for 400.
The opening track on his 1966 album Blonde on Blonde is Rainy Day Women, number 12 and 35. Phil.
Who is Bob Dylan?
Correct.
Let's do 30s rock for 800.
This Commodore's hit marvels 36, 24, 36. What a winning hand. Mike Lerner.
What is brick house?
Correct.
30s rock for 1,200, please.
Caught Up in You was a #1 mainstream hit, though ironically not with a bullet, for this Southern rock group. Mike Lerner.
What is 38 special?
Correct.
30s rock for 1,600.
30 STM is short for this band fronted by Jared Leto. Mike Lerner.
What is 30 seconds to Mars?
Correct.
30s rock for 2,000, please.
Aha! And you have found the first of 2 daily doubles in this round. Been a good category for you. You went from negative to positive. What do you want to risk?
Oh, gosh. Let's do 800.
800. Here's your clue. Track 34 on this band's Under the Table and Dreaming is cleverly titled Number 34.
I know this and I can't pull it to my head. What is this?
Anything?
No.
That is the Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
All right, so you only lost 800, but it's still your board. Where next?
Catholic geography for 800, please.
This American colony was chartered by George Calvert in 1632 as a refuge for English Catholics. No one? Michael Parisi, you made it.
What is Maryland?
Yes, nice job.
Prefixes 800.
Synonymous with anti, it precedes intelligence and intuitive. Michael Parisi,
What is counter?
correct.
1600 prefixes.
It's one S shorter than the Greek word for universe. Brendan,
What is Cosmo?
correct.
Ooh, I got in. Prefixes for 2000.
It precedes file if you love Sichuan and Shanghai. Mike Lerner,
What is Sino?
Denophile, yes.
Catholic geography for 1200, please.
Once home to an order of medieval Catholic knights, this island nation between Italy and Libya is more than 90% Catholic. Phil,
What is Malta?
Malta, correct, yes.
All right, let's finish off prefixes for 400.
It can mean a million or just a lot. As before, bucks. Michael Parisi,
What is buku?
no. Anyone else? Brian?
What is mega?
Mega, yes.
I had the same thought.
A little in title 400.
Jeff Bridges voiced the aviator in the Netflix reworking of this Antoine de Saint-Exupéry tale. Bradley,
What is The Little Prince?
yes.
Little for 8.
In this song, Queen cautioned, be cool, relax. Bill,
What is crazy little thing called love?
yep.
Let's go with a little in title for 1200.
Your thing. Every bro knows Twilight Sparkle and Pinkie Pie are characters in this Friendship is Magic animated series. Michael Parisi,
What is My Little Pony?
yes.
Little 1600.
This Sondheim show with a Mozartian title returned to Broadway in 2009 with Catherine Zeta-Jones. Bradley,
What is A Little Night Music?
correct?
2000, Little.
Kate Winslet starred in this 2006 movie from Tom Perrotta's novel about moms and kids. Bradley,
What is Little Children?
yes, nice job.
Mythology for 400.
Ovid said frankincense was the food of this bird that always rises again. Michael Parisi,
What is Phoenix?
correct.
Can't see it. There we go. Creatures for 800.
When Apollo was born, his father Zeus gave him a golden chariot pulled by these white water birds. Bradley,
What are swans?
correct.
Mythology 12.
In the mythology of the Inca, this camel relative warned two shepherd brothers of an impending worldwide flood. Michael Parisi,
What is a llama?
yes.
I'll go 1600 creatures.
In Norse myth, a never-ending supply of this drink is produced by the she-goat Hedron, not by bees. Mike Lerner,
What is mead?
yes.
Catholic geography for 1600.
Founded by the Jesuits in 1881, Marquette University is the largest private college in this state. Phil,
What is Wisconsin?
Yes.
Let's finish off Creatures in Mythology for 2000.
This oldest and wisest of the centaurs mentored such heroes as Jason and Achilles. Michael Parisi.
Who is Chiron?
Yes.
Catholic Geography 2000.
A natural spring flows at this site where Saint Bernadette saw an apparition of the Virgin Mary in 1858. Bradley.
Is Lords?
Yes.
I know nothing about prime ministers, but 400.
Took office in 2015. He's still there. Michael Parisi.
Who is Trudeau?
More specifically,
Justin Trudeau?
correct.
Who is Justin? Okay. 800.
Was in office from 1968 to 1979, and again from 1980 to 1984. He's the current prime minister's father. Bradley.
It was Pierre Trudeau.
There you go.
1200.
Was in office for only 132 days in 1993. Her run ended with a historic election defeat for her party. Bradley.
It was Kim Campbell.
Correct. Only woman to hold the office.
1600.
Was in office from 1867 to 1873. He resigned after the Pacific scandal, then retook the office in 1878. No one?
Irv is shouting at the screen.
For you, Bradley, the big clue there is 1867. He's your first. McDonald. And now the last clue. And it's all for you, Bradley. You have the lead at present with 9,400. Phil is your closest competition in a very, very tight race at 8,000. How much do you want to risk?
400.
A nice conservative wager here just for you, Brad. Was in office from 1896 to 1911. His only term is the longest continuous one in Canadian history.
I have no idea.
Take a stab at it.
No.
And that is Sir Wilfrid Laurier. All right, you lose 400, but you still have the lead at 9,000. Ryan is in 6th place, with 1,800, but a very, very tight race between the top 4 players. Anyone's game. It all comes down to Final Jeopardy, and this clue today, players, 20th century novels, the category. Send me your wagers. Back in a moment. The category for today's Final Jeopardy, 20th century novels. Players, here is the clue. In 1940, House Representative from Oklahoma, Lyle Boren, denounced it as a dirty, lying, filthy manuscript. And you have 30 seconds. Good luck. Time is up. Ryan, we're going to start with you. You were in 6th place with 1,800. What did you come up with?
What is How to Kill a Mockingbird?
No, that is not correct. And you risked $17.99, so you will finish with $1, making good on your promise that you sent me of you want to finish in the positive. Well done. As we move on to Brendan. Brendan, 2,400. What did you get?
I had the same answer.
What is To Kill a Mockingbird? No. And you risked 2,400, so you will lose everything. I hit plus. I'm sorry, but yeah, you're down to 0. Sorry about that. About that. All right, Mike, our returning champ, 6,000 even. What'd you get?
What is the Grapes of Wrath?
That is absolutely correct. And you risked everything, and you double up to 12,000 as we come on over to Michael Parisi. Michael was 7,400. I got your message, which said, what is To Kill a Mockingbird? And we know that that is not correct. And with a wager of everything, you are down to 0. As we come over to Phil, Darren, 8,000 even. Phil, what'd you get?
I had the Grapes of Wrath.
That is correct. And you wagered all of it, so you will double up to 16,000 as we come over to Bradley, our only Canadian here in Canada today. 9 grand. What'd you get, Bradley?
Grapes of Wrath.
And that is absolutely correct. You risked
Damn it.
7,001, and so by $1, 16,000.
Ah, perfect wager.
Champion. Congrats. Well done, Brad.